sound pressed in play. It is recording. I'm gonna put it there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever kind of pilot Pudding Boys podcast. My name is Blore, and this is Naylor.
This is indeed Naylor.
And we will be talking to you about a few little tidbits to push you through your Wednesdays.
He said, as a 70-year-old woman.
Tidbits is the correct thing to say in this situation. Every week we will be talking to you about nonsense for roughly 30 minutes, so why not just jump straight into today's first topic? Naylor, I want to delete my social media.
He says, starting a podcast.
It's not... I don't want to delete the podcast. The podcast that hasn't started yet. The podcast is fine. I have gotten to the point where I do not give a shit about anything ever. I don't need to know that it's your child's first day of school. I don't need to know what you had for dinner. Not that people still do that. It's kind of a meme that people don't take photos of the food anymore.
I do, but that's only because I'm going to go back to that later on.
Oh, yeah. You're not posting it on the Insta.
That's all for me.
I want to delete it because I do find myself scrolling through it. I'll open it for no reason. I will open it while peeing first thing in the morning. I will stand there, hose in hand, phone in the other, and I will open Facebook.
The wall. This is the worst thing that social media does. Like, forget the pressure on kids. His wall is covered in pee because of Facebook. I get it. I mean, like, I've actually done the whole kind of change my number, because I've had that one since the dawn of time. Got rid of the Facebook and that kind of never had the Instagram for like a couple of weeks. But I've literally got 40 people in my phone, and about 16 of those will text on a regular, and they basically fall into like two working groups.
That's what I need, and I've said this to people at work, and I've said this to people in the friendship group that I want to delete it, and they just say just delete it then. But my problem is the amount of bands and games and things, branding things that go on Facebook or other social media that I would like to know. And so I thought, I'll join mailing lists. So there's band Helloween, big German power metal band. I need to know everything they're doing. I gotta know. I can't miss a gig. I can't miss a limited release. I gotta know.
I'm assuming they're not in the 40 people you have on WhatsApp.
I don't know them personally, no. One day, maybe. But for now, no. I don't know them. But I need to know like when they're gigging, otherwise I'm not going to get tickets. There has been times before Facebook where they will have gigged and I will have missed it.
Well, they don't do many.
No,
they do like one, and it's in London.
Yeah.
We're not in London. Spoiler, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Whichever one we're on. We're not in London.
All of them.
If you're coming after us, you won't find us in London ever. Unless Halloween are there.
Yeah, unless Halloween's playing, then we're going down in midweek to watch them. But I joined their mailing list thinking, okay, this will work. But I kept my Facebook for a while just to see, will it work? No. It doesn't work because they just released in the past couple of weeks. There's been Halloween t-shirts. There's been news on a comic book and action figures, which I'm not interested in, but it's nice to know. And I've received none of this information through email. It's not going to junk. It's not going to promotions like Google tries to divvy up your emails
little
into
coloured flags.
Yeah, no, it's not going to anything where I'm not checking. It's just not being publicised outside of social media.
Well, they probably will do. They'll remember, like, when it's all sold out.
Yeah.
We did a magazine or a comic book, by the way.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was really good and you didn't get to have it.
Check out Facebook to see people enjoying it.
Yeah, maybe you could join a Facebook buy-sell trade group to try and get on someone. But this is it. You saw the Halloween Hell book. I'm really into Halloween. I got to buy the book. It's got all of the information of Halloween from start to finish, signed, all this, that, and the other. 777 copies. I managed to get one, but now, in the Halloween groups of which I am a part of, on the media that I want to delete, people are looking for that.
Because they were on the mailing list.
Yeah, yeah, they got to it. It's not valuable because it's Halloween, but people are looking for it, and people want it, and they can't get it. So, I don't feel like I can delete Facebook.
See, I kind of get the same thing, and actually, like, H has dug me out a couple of times about this, because she's still quite big on them. She goes, you know, she's got Facebook, she's got Instagram, she's got probably at least one of the others. I grudgingly admit she's slightly cooler than I am, believe it or not.
H is Ross's wife, by the way.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, by the time this gets out there, mate.
Yeah. Time anyone listens.
Well, yeah, when you've worked back from episode 400 to this one, then yeah, happily married, hopefully, assuming the world doesn't fall apart again. But she's kind of said, because, you know, some of the stuff I'm into sounds really weird, but they have these, like, Facebook groups for guys that like trains, or guys that like painting model ships, or, you know, and you don't tend to, there's like a couple of websites, but it's, again, they're a bit of a hole. Like, getting around them, they are not particularly normally neat and...
Yeah, I don't want to join a forum for every band that I like, or even every genre. I don't want to join a forum for 10mm scale modelling. I don't want to join a forum for board games. I just want the information delivered to me, and I don't want to buy Kerrang! Magazine to get that information, unless Kerrang! Magazine want to sponsor a one-episode podcast. Then I will buy it, and it's great, but other than that, it's a shit rag.
We'll read it for half an hour. If you want to sponsor this, we'll just sit here.
Yeah, oh yeah, I will read it to you. I will read it out.
No, I think that's the thing, like, you kind of want them drop... I get it. Like, I really do get it. Because you just want these little bite-sized pieces of, here's some crap that you're interested in. And scroll down one, and here's some more crap you're interested in. And I think the problem I have with it is that I don't care about the human element in between.
What you want is Google News without any information on Meghan Markle. That's what you want. You want it to pick up, you want to give your information to your Californian overlords, but you need them to understand that you don't care what the royal family is doing.
I just need them to filter better.
Yeah.
Like, I, the one that does me, and yeah, Google News, Microsoft News, they both love doing this one, and it's kind of, what have the Daily Express picked up on that is going to kill you today?
Yeah.
So here's 4 symptoms that tell you your heart is going to give way. You know, here's the different ways that you'll get cancer.
I'm checking it now.
You'll just sit there and cry for like 10 minutes. Like, it's a curated kind of mix of that, and here's some bad stuff that's happening that you have no control over, and then some stuff that you just don't give a crap about.
Oh, perfect time. Perfect time. Why Zara is the most successful shop on the high street.
Oh, probably because I
don't care.
I go there every other day. So I'm basically putting their kids through college.
Yeah, I there is nothing in this feed that I care about, and I do not clear my history or anything.
Well, no, I'll sign up to it. Like, they know me. They know me intimately. They know me better than anyone who's ever known me.
I think I've given them willingly. I think I've given them information willingly.
Oh, I've ticked all the boxes, give me error reports and tell me exactly what you looked at. And it's really quite basic. There's some bits of heavy metal stuff. There's some trains. There's some
I don't get any heavy metal stuff.
No, I mean, I give them that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'll check out Sabaton's website. I'll see if they're coming back. But no, apparently... Here we go. Man dies after becoming unwell doing Glasgow Orange Walk. None of those things have I ever searched for.
What is the Glasgow Orange Walk?
I think, and,
Wait, before you tell me, I'm envisioning a bunch of Glaswegians...
Yeah.
Glaswegians just walking on fruit.
If you're thinking it's... I don't think it's... I think it's a religious thing.
I
think it's something religious. I'm not...
That's infinitely less interesting than walking on fruit.
God, but like
the juice pouring through the streets
oh,
of
and
Glasgow.
You get blisters.
You get
They will be
sticky feet. There's no foot bath on the planet straight from the 80s that would clear the stickiness between your toes.
I'm still dealing with sticky feet. Like, if they're like listening to this and pausing the content, we're gonna get some weird suggestions.
I hope my newsfeed is pulled apart and reassembled from this, because at the moment it's not doing anyone any favours.
It's missing them, and I think that's what's keeping most of kind of our generation still on things like Facebook.
Yeah.
Is you've probably joined enough things that it balances out the flurry of My Little Goblin's first day at school.
Yeah, yeah. So this is my thought on the matter, and this is what I might try and do, is delete all of my friends on Facebook. So I don't have any friends, and I'm only... It'll be just like real life. I'll only be in groups. So it'll be like I'm in a forum, and then that's that. Then I'll never get a newsfeed. I won't get because it's not. Yeah, I don't care about whatever people are posting because I'm not a nice person. But it's not that. It's that I am so flawed that I will read it all. Yeah. I will go through it all and I will look at it all, even though I don't care.
All over that bathroom wall.
Yeah. Yeah, the bathroom wall can't take any more. It is saturated. But that's it. It's not their problem. It's not their fault. I'm not saying people stop posting your dumb stuff online.
Some of them do care.
Yeah, some people do care. Some people share their opinion, and another idiot will listen to it. But I just want to know when I can spend money on band merchandise and tiny models that I can paint. And video games.
And Google and Microsoft, they're not getting that.
But less and less video games. I'm finding the video games forums on them, the people posting on them more often than not now are making me a little cringy.
I think, to be fair though, you've almost got all of them. Like,
yeah.
There can't be that many that you don't have, no?
If you're listening, you can't see. We're sitting in a room with too many video games in it as is. I don't buy many anymore. I just don't buy that many, especially not retro games.
And the thing is, the collection looks good. Like, if you start buying them now, they're gonna be bought to store. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna run out of room. I haven't got a mansion. I can't store all this stuff. This is a little box room.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I think that's why people are probably dropping off it. Is you get saturated.
Yeah.
And part of my reticence about joining these things is that you don't want it to kill the love for the thing that you've joined for. Because
that's a good point.
One asshole gets the wrong take.
Yeah. Yeah, no, do you know what? And I guess that's true. I joined one instead of joining a board game group, I joined one for a specific board game the other day. And I'm already bored of hearing about it. And I think that's too small. I feel like a band. There's a couple of band ones I'm in. You know, it's important to know the difference, I guess, between groups and a band's page. Like let's take Halloween again. I follow the Halloween page, and that's where I get all of the information about like new releases and limited releases and whatnot. But then I'm in the Halloween fan group. Or the Halloween collectors fan group type thing. So
that's the people talking about.
Yeah, and I find with the Halloween one that there's enough for people to talk about, and people aren't posting stuff just because it's quiet.
Well, to be fair, I'm going to generalise a lot here. They've been around long enough that a lot of the people that are into them probably came late to the party.
Yeah.
Like, we've had this stuff since this was before uni, wasn't it? This was starting to appear.
We got into Halloween when Treasure Chest came out. And let me just check. Treasure Chest Halloween came out, I think it was 2003.
Oh.
2002.
So that is in uni. That is on its way through. Like, that is getting drunk. That is forgetting its keys.
Yeah,
That
oh,
album
that's that the album. I thought you meant we were in uni.
No,
no,
it's
not that old
to
yet.
graduate with honours.
Yeah,
and it's going to graduate with honours. It's a good album.
oh, it's a great compilation. But I mean, where the first release, the Halloween EP, was like 1984, and I'm just going to check that again. Halloween EP. 1985. I am 1 year off every time. 1 year off.
See, if you drop that in the group, they're going to eat you alive.
Oh, they'll kill me. They will kill me. And then someone will give me a 3-hour lecture on why the band wasn't good until Keith was in, and then it was terrible when Keith left.
Coming up on next week's episode.
I've got a lot to say about this. I love all three singers, but
that's not all three singers' butts.
They have, yes, sure, but I would tattoo Andy Darris's face on my face.
This is why we went down the podcast rather than the live stream channel.
Yeah, we can't make much money off people. Well, I can't make money anyway. That's not what we're doing this for. We can't get views. That's what I mean. Can't get views for people. People probably would watch me get tattooed on the face.
Once you get someone else's face tattooed on you, I'd watch that. Like, yeah. I'd probably get front row access, but I'll still watch that.
Oh, think of the blood. But Facebook. Facebook.
I'm not getting that tattooed on my face.
No, I'm not doing that. We're going to get on to Halloween in another podcast. They were just what would you call it? They were a delivery.
They're actually a German heavy metal
They're
They're not a delivery company. Do not send Halloween your parcels because they will lose them.
Oh, do you know what? They probably do a good job and deliver them. But
their delivery.
Their delivery service is fantastic. But they were a delivery service for my complaint about the way that I use social media and need to stop, but can't stop because I need
to know what's
going on with bands without having to buy magazines that wouldn't exist.
I'm going to be really good. Do they still? Because, we're going to get into the whole...
I've seen people posting pictures of heavy metal magazines from like South America and Germany and things like that with bands that I'm interested on the cover. You got like Uncle Acid, Halloween and all that kind of stuff. And then on that same day I went to Asda and I think it was Metal Hammer. Metal Hammer had Halloween on the front. And then they had, like, underneath that, there was, like, Mastodon, Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, Baroness, other bands that I'm really into. And then I went to Asda and looked at the Metal Hammer that we had in England. And it was just a big old Slipknot. And this is before Joey Jordison passed away. So it wasn't, like, because that had happened. It was just because we hear nothing about anything other than Korn and Slipknot.
So this is why they're not coming. This is why you've got to be on there. Because they're only going to come for a day.
Yeah.
They're not going to come and hang out here for a couple of weeks.
I will trial run deleting everyone and then get back to it.
I'd love to see how, because like I said, the news thing is just like...
Yeah, I can't go any other way.
There's no pee on the bathroom wall, but if I start flicking through that while I'm... it's just tears around the toilet basin because the world's going to hell. and
yeah, you'd be surprised after reading some of those stories. You'd be surprised to look down and not notice blood in your urine. Because some of the...
If you don't notice it, it's already too late.
Yeah. Oh, you missed the blood. Well, you're dead.
It is. It's horrific. Oh. But... what takes the edge off that is always a nice little coffee.
That's
you
the segue.
That's the first segue. If you're listening and you might want to sponsor us, see how smooth we are with that.
Ooh!
That's what I do. That's become my... Because I deleted them. I came off them because I got to the point where I wasn't following anything particularly interesting. Or I did it so badly early on that the amount of crap that was in there just wasn't feeding me what I was interested in. So instead... I found a lot of the time that I'll go out and I'll grab a drink and I'll sit and people watch. It's kind of like Facebook, except it's the real world.
Yeah, and depending where you are, there's some interesting people.
Interesting, so really, really like diplomatic way.
Yeah, it's a really nice way of saying something horrible.
It is, but yeah, it is. We're thinking it.
Oh yeah.
And you think it, but that's the thing. That's what I mean, when we were kids, I'm fairly sure that you didn't have this many kind of places that you could sit and watch the world go by.
No.
Like,
maybe we did, but I wouldn't notice.
Maybe we're a bit young. I was drinking a lot of coffee when I was 5.
Yeah, no, I was. You didn't feel like stopping playing Pokemon Red to.
Who said let's stop playing Pokemon Red?
to sit and people. Well, no, we will get on to Pokemon and coffee another episode because that is a big topic.
Oh, and we are screaming around to it because it's this time of year. There isn't a lot else to do. Like it's England. Basically next week it's going to start raining and it's going to keep raining until March.
Yeah, if the summer rain has just finished and we're about ready for the autumn rain.
The whole... That's very Father Ted. But, there ain't a lot to do if it's outside, unless you really, really like being wet. And yeah. I quite like being wet, but,
No, I don't, no.
It's a measured thing. If I go out to get wet, if I'm all togged up, I'm going out with the dog.
If it's raining when I head out, and I know I'm coming home and I'm getting in the shower, I'm not going to be that bothered. That's fine. I can do it, so I can do a dog walk in the rain. What I don't want to do is I don't want to go to work and be in the rain. I don't want to go shopping and be in the rain or anything like that.
You don't want to get your Game Boy wet.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. But we're getting there, and. Like, that's one thing I think, and that's probably one thing that I would have social media for actually, when the new menus drop. Because it's the most exciting bit. The days get darker, the days get colder. You wake up in the dark, you go to, you get home from work in the dark. It gets a little bit sad.
Yeah.
You need a little sugary treat to get you through that.
Yeah, we should preface this by just pointing out, straight up, we're talking about going to a coffee shop, a brand name coffee shop, rather than like a tea room or a restaurant or anything. We're talking it's seasonal menu at the big 3 time.
The boys.
Boys.
To be fair, and I've always said I would love to be able to do the little bijou coffee shop round the corner. We don't have one.
No.
It's a relatively newly developed place. And the ones round us, you might have a couple more around here.
I just think we do, but they're always really busy, and it always feels like you need to know how that specific place works before you go in.
Yeah, what you can and can't ask for.
Yeah, and I know that's how Starbucks works. I know how Costa works. I know how Cafe Nero works. I don't know what Babington Lane's. That's a place.
The place. I know. I'm talking.
Little coffee
I think there
shop.
are some coffee shops on there, and I think one of them is quite nice. But again, I don't know enough about it.
No.
It's that whole kind of thing. I don't want the experience to be an effort.
No.
You can prep for these, and that's what we did. Like, we had a look. You have a look before you go. These are coming. But I mean, looking at this, like, it's literally like they've looked at this time of year.
Wait, which menu are we looking at?
Well, let's see what we kind of got going on here. So let's have a look at Costa. Let's name check some.
Costa Coffee.
What are they doing at the minute with their... It's always lattes.
I'm not having anything else, to be honest, when I go. I'm always going to have a latte. I don't have the equipment to do that at home properly.
We did for like a year. So H had one of those machines. With the milk thing on the side. We've got the little pod thing. Everyone's got the little pod thing's great. If I'm at work and that's all. It gets you there. But we had one of the ones that's got the milk thing on the side. And these guys, if any of these guys are listening, I appreciate what you do. Because holy crap, it's frustrating.
There's always going to be someone that's going to go, well, that's not real coffee.
But it still makes that mess of real coffee.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. It was nice, but there was milk everywhere.
Yeah.
So what are they doing at the moment? I don't know if we've kind of hit that. I know we've just like hit the autumn pumpkin spice kind of thing at the minute.
So Costa, I have seen what Costa are doing. They are doing little pumpkin shortbreads with like a marshmallow face on, and you cannot see through the microphone, but I am waving my hand around like a pleased Italian.
If it was garlic bread with marshmallow on it.
It's adorable. And they're also doing these little vampires where you put your fingers through. It's gingerbread man, where you put your fingers through, but your fingers don't fit because you're an adult and you shouldn't be eating them, but I did.
I feel like a normal sized adult's fingers would fit.
Yeah, maybe my sausage finger. maybe it's just me. But I didn't see any drinks.
No, I'm not seeing anything at the minute. Maybe we're a bit. I mean, it is September.
Yeah.
Like.
But I'm ready.
I'm ready. Do you know what day was it the other day? We had a really crappy day. Like it went wet. It went grey.
Yeah.
It's like somebody had turned off the summer rain and turned on the winter rain.
Yeah.
And I could have Black Forest hot chocolate all day.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it actually kind of feels like some of the smaller. I say smaller boys. I think they're the bigger boys, but they're not the coffee boys.
No,
so,
yeah.
Like, Greggs have started sneaking in there with the pumpkin spice.
Good for them.
And you know what, like.
That's going to be an affordable pumpkin
It gets
spice.
you there.
Yeah.
If you're on the way to work, it's going to get you there. It's going to be better than... Well, say what you get there. There are a couple of places that will talk me into going out to visit them by promising to get the good coffee out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they get the repeat visits.
Oh, yeah.
We don't play favourites, but seriously, if you get the Lavazza out,
Oh.
I'm coming back.
Yeah.
But I like McDonald's seem to... I don't know if it's like a seasonal thing or what. They seem to sneak in with like the different toffees and stuff.
I feel like McDonald's wants to get in on it, and sometimes they do like summer. They do bigger on summer drinks, but McDonald's wants to get into the seasonal coffee, but they don't dare go full pumpkin spice. I don't think they like dive in there.
Yeah, you're committing when you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna get people. You're gonna get people come to work on the screenplay.
Oh yeah.
I don't think McDonald's want their tables taken up by somebody working on like their blog.
They don't want to see a MacBook next to their fries.
And unless Apple want to sponsor, in which case.
Oh yeah. In which case, take your MacBook to McDonald's.
It's all about the turnover. I mean, it does. It's kind of creeping there though. I think that's kind of the light at the end of the tunnel. That's going to get you through the winter. Those little kind of Christmassy treats.
Well, I mean, autumn treats.
Autumn treats.
Are Starbucks doing anything?
I hope so. They're going to be doing the pumpkin spice.
I feel like someone
What is
would
an
correct
apple?
me.
What is an apple crisp macchiato? That oh,
What have we stumbled on?
New apple crisp macchiato. Notes of apple and brown sugar come together with espresso, steamed milk, and a caramelized spiced apple drizzle. I know exactly what I'm doing when I leave here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try.
That's basically like a pudding.
That's like an apple crumble.
You're creepy. Like
brown sugar, apple. I imagine that's going to be toffee-ish. Yeah.
I was going to say, do you go toffee in your apple crumble? Like a drizzle?
Apple and coffee.
I'm willing to give it a go.
Yeah, I'd try. I would try it on a free drink.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad call actually. Do you know what? Actually, they've stepped their game up. I was looking at the food as well.
They got seasonal food?
I don't know if this is seasonal. Things like a croissant bun. Anything that finishes its description with nestled in our signature croissant bun.
Signature.
I think they've just opened one of these. Well, you see, this is the thing. You know, around somewhere like us, because it's new, you're not going to get the little tea room kind of thing.
No.
But hey, it's nice. But like you say, you don't need to know. You need to know how it works. You need to know who you ask for what. You need to know if that person's on that you don't ask for it because they always stuff it up. There's not a spec book.
No.
Like they're not walking around with little tablets that tell them exactly how to do the drink.
Yeah, I feel like a lot. So What was that macchiato called?
The toffee crisp. No, the apple crisp.
Toffee.
If they don't make that,
Toffee crisp.
I'm going to be inventing this Christmas.
An apple crisp macchiato. If that is anything other than make your normal latte and put a certain syrup in, that's what pumpkin spice works, because you're just asking someone to make a latte. I don't expect people working at Starbucks, not a derogatory way. I don't expect them to bother learning how to make a special drink for a certain time of year that might not even be running next year.
I kind of assume there'll be like a really detailed, like these big places. You tend to assume there's going to be a really detailed, like blah blah blah.
I would assume that, apart from
proved wrong.
I'd be proved wrong, because the amount of bad drinks I've had at all of them and at different places, there's a lot of variation in the quality you're going to get. So is someone going to give you a good apple crisp? Do you need to go to multiple places to try a new thing?
I think we need to work on a scale.
Oh,
we've got to have a scoring kind of.
A tour of the UK to try all the apple crisps.
If we get the subscribers,
yeah,
smash that like button, smash that subscribe button.
yeah.
I don't know who I stole that from, but do it apparently.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
they all do that.
Like, exactly. Tell me.
We will do that. Wait till the end, and we will do that.
we'll do that. But if we will do that tour, and we will score it.
Yeah, I will in detail. And Naylor knows this because I recently.
Oh God, damn the album!
I recently did a a marathon of albums, and I ranked every song on every album released by a certain band that we've mentioned like 4 times this podcast already.
Well, nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
This isn't the band.
Yeah, this is not the Halloween podcast, but I did rank every single song just so I could see in my own opinion. So I could see in my own opinion what the best album was, and then I disagreed with it. Because my favourite album was like 6.
There was like 3 rescorings to try and balance that out a little bit.
Yeah, I tried to artificially raise albums, lower albums, but no, couldn't do it.
Well, I kind of it was. This is going to take some effort, because if we're going to do the coffee thing, we're going to have to plonk round.
Oh, that would be
the county.
That would be a. This is episode 1 or 0 if this is a pilot. We don't even have the kit yet, but that would be like episode 100.
Like a special. Spoiler, you want to hear us in a car. Like it gets good when we go.
The entire idea for this, it comes from driving cross country. Yeah, at least 12 years old. In
a Clio with the busted CD player.
Oh.
And a couple of truck stops. Nothing weird.
Some friendly truckers.
Just some, like, Northampton at 2 a.m. because we got lost. Northampton is a terrifying. It looks like quite a nice town, if you hit it during the day and stay off the ring road.
Yeah, don't drive through the whole thing in the bus lanes.
Yeah, at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of crying time.
I did not get a letter for that.
No, I don't think I can't imagine it was strictly enforced.
I'm sure I've heard people have got letters for that.
In Northampton, though, it's like.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I can't imagine there's a huge amount of transgressions. So I mean, we could do this, and we probably need a bit more practice ranking.
Oh yeah, there would need to be a score.
Like who you might want to whose albums you might want to start ranking next.
Oh, that is a segue. That's going to take us on to our almost to the end. That is going to take us to this idea. Now, I've ran this. I shouldn't have ran this idea by you. I should have saved this. But I already mentioned this to Naylor. I don't want to produce this. I don't want to make it. I want to go to this as a fan. I want to go to King Diamond, The Eye, the musical.
So for those of us that don't worry, I know exactly who King Diamond is. I've already frothed over this, but for those of us who don't know King Diamond, explain King Diamond in a couple of sentences.
King Diamond is a singer/band from Denmark. Is the whole band from Denmark?
I think the pivotal ones are from Dan Well.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure that is it Andy the guitarist that's been with him loads. That sound, I'm fairly sure he's Danish.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out.
You find out. Well, he's so King Diamond or Kim Bendix Peterson is from Copenhagen, and he was the lead singer of Merciful Fate, and then King Diamond, and now Merciful Fate and King Diamond. Even though the sound, I don't know if they should do a super group.
Well, Andy's Swedish. Just to.
Right, yeah.
We're just basically going to lump the whole sort of so all of our Scandinavian listeners have just turned off.
So what this is this is the lie podcast.
This is where we
confidently lie about things.
Wikipedia, the Oracle does describe them as a Danish heavy metal band formed in 1985.
Good, because Kim is the main source of King Diamond.
Hey, and I'm not going to go all spoiler for everyone that doesn't know us already. I do have a degree in Viking history. Not making that, it's not a thing for the internet. Didn't do it because it was cool.
Well, yeah, do you know what? I believe you. I believe that you didn't do it because it was cool.
The amount of people that give, in interviews, give me the head tilt and really, did you put that on a CV as a joke? No. It's fascinating. I'm not going to talk you guys through how the kingdoms came into being today.
Oh, what you're saying is, it doesn't matter that they're from different parts of that part of the world. It's the same shit.
I'm saying it's coming in a future episode. There'll be one where you learn some stuff. Nothing today. Talk us through King.
I can look forward to that one. So right, The Eye. The Eye is fifth album.
Feels like it.
Somewhere around there. Let's just say it's the fifth album while nail the checks. Where essentially it's about a necklace. It is the fifth album. It's about a necklace that it starts with Jeanne de Besson being tortured for witchcraft, and then she's burnt at the stake, and then two girls are playing in the ashes, and then they find the eye, and do they die by looking into it?
I think they do. It basically
Well, they die soon after.
I think they die. One of them dies because she looks into it and she
she just dies looking at it.
Yeah. Shock kind of thing. I don't know.
And then there's Madeline, who is a nun who gets
is she the one that gets
attacked by Father David, and then she kills him with the necklace, and then Father Picard. It's very hard to summarise this without screaming in King Diamond's voice, in that shrill voice. It's hard to say Father Picard without breaking into it. But he comes in. I'm not going to hit that. I am not going to hit that note. He comes in and laces communion wine, and then they torture and kill children, and then they all get arrested, and that wraps it up. But what I'm saying is this could be a musical. It could be a stage play with King Diamond as the narrator and acting
and
as
all of the roles.
Most of the roles. King needs to be Jeanne de Besson.
King
and
needs to be the
judge.
Two girls.
And of course, yes.
I would watch that.
Yes. Or at least one of them, and the other one is just a little girl.
King shrieking at a child.
And no one acknowledges that one of them is a 65-year-old man. One of them's a little fresh-faced girl. One of them is King Diamond.
I don't think we've mentioned the fact that he paints his face, have we?
And he's wearing the face paint. Is it corpse paint? Would it class as corpse paint?
I think it kind of feels like we're going to get a really polarised thing in any kind of comment section.
Oh yeah, no, it's not corpse paint.
It's black and white.
No, it's not corpse paint. You have to talk like this. That's face paint, you asshole.
Oh, you're not allowed to buy those records because if you do, you're a sellout.
Yeah. But, I don't...
This is theatre.
I don't care if it's corpse paint or not. He's there, face painted.
Screaming at a child.
Screaming as this child to look at the necklace. And then curtains fall, opens back up, and he's Madeline. He's running through a forest. I don't think that happens. Yes, she runs away from somewhere.
Yeah, she runs away. Escapes from the thing, doesn't she?
If you haven't listened to The Eye, it is a concept album. Put it on and actively listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, treat it like I always kind of think, there's like The Conjuring and that kind of series, and there's
The horror series.
yeah, and they're kind of like intertwined with like the Annabelle stuff, and
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
aware. I haven't seen any of them. I'm
I kind
aware
of
of
like
them.
them actually because they're that kind of soft horror, a bit like The King kind of thing. It's like it's a little bit of like shtick and a bit demony, but at the same time it flows together quite well. It's a good story,
Yeah,
and I would watch the crap out of this as a film.
yeah.
Not
Oh, I'd
necessarily
watch it as a
films.
film. I'd watch it as a film done in like do you remember the Troma film?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what, Sergeant Kabuki Man and King Diamond? On the cover of Conspiracy, he doesn't look too dissimilar to Sergeant
There's
Kabuki
a
Man.
lot of crossover.
But yeah, I would definitely watch like a campy film, but what I want to see a live show. And not just not just a tour where he does the whole album.
No, the actual story with
I want to see
acting.
the story with the acting. I want the music in there, but I want set pieces.
Like a 40-odd minute album. We're talking like a 3.5 hour stage show.
Yeah.
They're kind of like,
Yeah.
because Alice Cooper always kind of did it, and it worked really quite well.
Yeah.
But it was, like there's a couple of songs on there that he kind of turns into a bit of a.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Does he do it for Poison?
what's
Where's the
what's
one where he always gets killed?
Yeah, there's that. I think it is the Alice Cooper. I should have looked that up beforehand, but hey, if not, it's been like 25, 30 years of listening to this stuff. They all cross over.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he's kind of proved the concept. It works. It's entertaining. I kind of agree with you that we could, like these, because like anyone that's heard him peripherally probably like them or Conspiracy, because they seem to be the big
Them or Abigail.
yeah.
Abigail.
They seem to be the big hitters.
Yeah.
But the story is good. The story is actually really quite.
I feel like the story for the Eye is the best one, and it's an unpopular opinion, but the Eye is King Diamond's best album.
You're gonna score that.
I will rank that. No, but it's not just King Diamond's best album. It's in my head canon. in the organizational parts of my brain, it's one of the few perfect albums. It's a perfect album. It's there with Bruce Dickin's Accident at Birth. It's there with Iron Maiden's Brave New World, Alice Cooper's $1 Billion Babies,
No,
anything Halloween have ever done apart from World at War. Is Straight Outta Hell?
Chameleon?
Yeah, Straight Outta Hell.
We say that's a perfect album.
Don't you badmouth Chameleon. Not on this podcast.
I don't think it scored too well.
No, it didn't score too well. No, I don't know if there is a perfect Halloween album. The newest one, Close, or Keeper Part 2.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Gambling. I
Yeah.
don't skip anything on Gambling.
No, I don't
But it's not a story. I think that's the.
Yeah, but they're not concepts. Yeah, this is a concept album. We want this stage show, and I want it to be. I want it to be done. I want to buy tickets to it, and I want to go see it.
I don't want a budget version. I want them.
No.
I want a campy, but I'm with you. I want the campy like I want King Screaming at the Child.
Yeah,
but
I want it done seriously.
Yeah, I want I don't want, like you say, any recognition within the cast.
Yeah.
That there's anything weird about that, and I want the costumes to be expensive.
Yeah, and I want to believe that the production company and the staff and King Diamond himself and all them, they don't think it's funny.
No, complete deadpan.
Yeah, they are doing serious production. However, the people they have hired to make the sets usually paint fun houses, horror fun houses at fairs.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with fairs around England, they are lackluster. There's usually a haunted house with like a poorly painted Will Smith on the side.
Oh Christ! There's always like a Mario or a Mickey.
Yeah, and a Lara Croft.
Oh yeah, and
Always a
she's
Lara
like,
Croft.
Looks like the early Tomb Raiders as well.
Yeah.
Like they are triangular.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an angular image. But there is always multiple Terminators.
Yeah, there's always an Arnie.
And Will Smiths to this day.
Well, yeah, Will Smith was cool when these were first. I mean, all of these things have been running since like the mid-90s. Like
They weren't safe then, and they're not safe now.
No, they were built in I'm fairly sure they're running on grandfather rights.
Yeah.
Because they were built before you had to, there wasn't like an acceptable quota of children to get injured.
Yeah,
Or, like, rust injuries or whatever.
you could spirit away a an accusation of a missing child that got caught in the cogs.
Oh God, yeah. But at the same time, like, we're not saying that we want any children to be harmed in the making of this production.
No.
I think they'll be fairly safe.
I just want neon paint.
I want low key. Like, I don't.
Low key, not low key.
Yeah, I want to be unsure if that red is ketchup from one of the hot dog stands or meant to be blood, but I want the paint that was used to be exquisite.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Farrow and Ball kind of, or whatever it's called. Yeah, they're really like, they have names like, I don't know, Hornet's Breath or...
Yeah, Hornet's Breath.
No.
Hornet's Breath. We
Badger's Fart. I'm going to look up a couple of the...
Hornet's Breath and Badger's Anus.
It's Farrow, but I was right on the... I don't know why I know that, because...
This company makes paint.
They make... No, they're craftsmen in paint and paper. Like, that tells you enough. I mean, we moved into our house a couple of years ago. We have not painted yet. All the walls are white. It's a new build. And we have not touched it yet. We've got other stuff going on.
And you are not going to be buying Hornet's Breath.
No.
This paint sounds like it costs more than your house.
It does. Like, a tin is going to put us in. They have the California connection. Oh, what's that? Coloured by nature. Oh, when I get to this. Well, one of them's called tar. One of them's called sand. I mean,
tar?
Yeah, that doesn't... Scotch blue, pointing.
Doesn't sound good.
Pointing, that's of James White. Who the hell is James White? Oh, Savage Ground. Okay, I was kind of on the... Dead salmon?
Dead salmon.
Dead salmon.
Let me see dead salmon.
Dead salmon. It's
pink. Greeny pink?
It's pink. It's what it is. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see it on the internet, but...
It's brown.
It's
rotten.
It's spoiled.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Who names that?
I don't know, but I don't think Hornet's Breath... Oh, hang on, there is a breath. Elephant's Breath. God damn it.
Elephant's
There's
breath.
an elephant's breath.
Oh, that's going to smell like other elephants. That's going to smell like when you walk into the elephant's house at Twycross. That's what they're trying to convey in that colour.
You paint so hard the room will stink.
Yes. Speaking of breath, I am running out of it.
Ooh.
And so, I'm going to segue us into our last item to cover, and that is going to be the Pudding Boys patented pudding tour.
Oh, I'm excited
I'm going
about
to describe a pudding to you, Ross, and you are going to give it a ranking.
Ooh, okay, what scale are we using? Give me some numbers. Are we doing the 7? Because the 7 works. There's no... You can't sit on the fence with a 7.
What, so 1 to 7? No, I think you should rank this pudding
I've not decided what 7 was.
Rank the pudding on the Nando's Peri Peri scale.
Oh, okay. That's...
And don't tell me whether mango and lime is good or bad. Just rank it.
Just leave it to hang in the air. You'll pick up where my thinking is on spice.
Right. So the pudding this year comes from Malaysia.
Okay.
Did I say pudding this year? The pudding this episode.
It might be this year.
Yeah, who knows when we'll do episode 2 or episode 1 if this is the part. I don't know. Kendall. This is called Kendall. Cendol. Sendol? Kendall?
Sounds like it might be one of these paint names so far.
I think Sendol. Now, it's Malaysian. It's jelly noodles, shaved ice, green food colourings, and red beans.
So what does it taste like? Because at the moment, that just sounds like you've got 4 disparate ingredients.
I would say, based on the fact that it's noodles or jelly noodles that don't appear to be flavoured, shaved ice.
Well, that's not going to taste like anything other than water.
No, I would say it's probably going to be like...
It's going to be awful beany.
Sweet beans.
Sweet beans? So we're going like a... You have a picture of this?
I got a picture of this.
Let's have a picture of this.
But I was painting your word picture of this.
Oh, well, yeah, the word picture matched. It kind of looks like a chili without the chili. It's like someone
It-
stripped all the sauce out.
It does look like a chili with too much sour cream and chives on top.
Yeah. Oh my god, it is.
The
It's
noodles
literally.
are green.
It's like a chili for somebody that can't tolerate tomatoes or spices.
We both know who that is.
We both have. We have.
We both have a fair idea of who.
Thinks mayonnaise is spicy.
Yeah.
That okay. So visually not appealing. I can't say I'm a huge fan of the taste of red bean, but I don't think I've ever extensively tasted red bean. I'm gonna put it in the lemon and herb
Okay, well, I think it's clear that
I think
lemon
we
herb
know
was
that-
bad.
on this one. Lemon and herb is, but then again, it's, if we were going on what my body can tolerate or not,
Lemon
it's
herb's
going to be extra hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going dark black.
Do you know what the Nando's, before we go, the Nando's peri peri scale works in a
Both
weird
ways.
way. That it's more you need to be in the centre of the scale
Mm.
because you're probably not gonna have. I've never gone the
Extra.
super hot. And I know it's a chain restaurant, so there's gonna be someone's like, that's not hot. But
We're soft.
yeah, I'm soft. I can't
Mayonnaise
take
is spicy.
that. Yeah, I may have. Spicy a little. Peri peri mayonnaise is spicy.
That's the thing. Like the bottom one's called plainish. I kind of feel like the top one should be called pain-ish. Like
Painish. Yeah.
I've not been working
It's
on
called-
that. That's fresh, but
Yeah.
that's straight off the old head cannon.
Right. I think we're gonna leave it there.
I think we'll see you next time.
I think we're going to see you next Wednesday for another Pudding Boys podcast. I've been Blore.
I've been Naylor, and come and join us for some pudding.
Yep.